the situation with Skip, right?
Let's talk about it.
Was the frustration with Skip, or was the frustration with the network or the executives?
It's a good question.
I think for me, I really appreciate Skip believing in me and bringing me there. Even when the network wanted him to hire a journalist, because I was really the first athlete to sit down and sit across from a journalist and debate topics.
Right.
People know that you can talk about football because obviously you played the game. Can he talk about basketball?
Right.
Can he talk about golf? Can he talk about baseball? Can he talk about social issues if they were to arise? So Skip believed that I could, and the opportunity presented itself, and I took full advantage of it. Maybe it was a combination of
He's
things.
still humble.
Maybe there's some things I could have done differently. Maybe I should have just had a conversation with Skip that before it even got to that point, maybe said something differently, but I don't know. It's really hard to say. I just think that that after 7 years and you with somebody, and this is what I tell people about relationships.
He always go into relationships.
It's easier to grow apart than grow together. And maybe that was the 7 year, you have a 17-year locust that they come once every 17 years. Well, maybe this was a 7 years, this was all I was supposed to get out of that. Maybe this was the bridge that I was supposed to travel on for 7 years. And then after that, that bridge was gonna collapse and gonna force me to go do something else.
But even then, was that the straw that broke the camel back?
It's a good question, Cam.
See, if somebody else had said what Skip said, I wouldn't have batted an eye. But we're supposed to be teammates.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's what hurt me more than anything. My teammate, that's what he thought of me. It's kind of like when somebody else says something like, nothing gets you more upset than when your boys hit
Or
you.
somebody who
Facts.
you said 4 names. I can't really. I know one of them was Sterling Sharpe.
Yeah, like my homeboy, and I know, like, we and my homeboys, we joke a lot, but I know where not to go.
It's to a degree.
Yeah, don't
can
cross the
joke.
line. We don't cross the line on each other.
But let's not go there. Let's not play in that area.
Right.
And that's all facts, though, because you can get to know somebody and you're going to feel like they're your friend, like we close, and I'm letting you in on stuff, and you're getting to know me only to get to know me and get comfortable with me to then take shots at me. You get what I'm saying? Because if you didn't get so close to me, you would have never took shots at me. Look at you and look at me. You wouldn't have took shots at me, but it's only because I let you get to know me, I let you get close to me, and I put my guard down because you're my friend, right? But come to find out, you're not my friend. So sometimes that hurts. You get what I'm saying? For sure. I get what Shannon's saying right there.
So I was like, and at that point in time, now here's the guy that I had stood up for Skip. When guys come on and try to take shots at Skip, I was there. I stood up. Nah, bro, this is not your show. This is Skip and Shannon. This ain't you. You're not going to take no shots. We're not going to do that, so forth and so on. And in that moment, to think that because I said Tom Brady wasn't playing well, and he wasn't playing well. And I think that's one of the things that most people like about me, because I don't have a problem. If a guy's not playing well, Cam, he's just not playing well.
And it happens.
Yes, and this is not to take away anything what that person has already accomplished. But we're talking about now. We're not talking about, we'll evaluate his career once it's over, but we're talking about in the moment. And he wasn't playing well. So I was just disappointed how it handled. I thought it could have been could have been handled better by management, but it was handled the way it was handled. I thank Fox for the opportunity. And the only thing that I get upset about, you know what I hear people say, Skip gave you, Skip made you. Now, had I not made it, what would y'all have said? They wouldn't have said Skip was the reason why I failed. So in other words, when I'm successful, you give him all the credit and give me none of it. So if I'd have failed, you gave me all the blame and gave him none of it. So the thing, I guess Jay-Z coined the line, was, if he made me,
Make another me.
Make another one.
yeah. Because that's what I did with kids. I had one and I was like, let me see if I can do this again. I did another one. Let me see if I. So I was 3 for 3. So yeah, so it should be relatively easy if you can just spit guys out, because they say he made Stephen A. Okay, he made Shannon. It's not.
And that's facts though. And he's still being humble. I'm gonna tell you why he's still being humble. Cause he can shut down the whole argument by just bringing up how he's doing compared to how Skip is doing, since they've separated, since he's departed. That tells you a lot right there. That one always needed the other. You get what I'm saying? So
It's not as easy as one would think it is.
I say it like this, and we're gonna move on to this game. You better than me. Real.
No, that's true.
shit.
That's facts.
I think
though.
the thing is, you know what, though, Cam? When I go, one of the first things when I sit down with advertisers, or I sit down with sponsors, or I sit down with people that want to collab, one of the first things they say is that they're proud of how I handled that situation. The first, not that my resume or what I did, how you handled that situation in that moment. Right. And if you did not see that moment, if you just watched the rest of the show, you'd have never knew that happened. Right. Because the one thing that most athletes are great at is compartmentalizing.
That is a fact.
That happened. I knew it happened. There's no way around it. It was trending. My homeboys were calling me, man, what's going on, man? I can't believe that's what said that, blah, blah, blah.
Where he stay at?
My sister's upset. Even my mom, she watched, but she's like, so I've got a lot of emotion because I'm looking at my phone and I see all of a sudden this message. And I'm like, Shannon, you still got an hour and 45 minutes. You still got 2 hours in this show. Be professional. And then we'll address whatever needs to be addressed after the show.
Right.
And I was proud because
And I know that took a lot out of him to be the bigger person in that moment. But look at karma. Look at life. Everything he touches turns gold now. Every seed that he plants blooms right now. You get what I'm saying? And everything Skip's doing is going in the negative. It's going in the red. I haven't seen one positive post about First Take's ratings since they came back out with the new, not First Take, but Undisputed. Since Undisputed came back out for that first few days, they had some okay ratings. After that, it's been nothing but negative headlines around their ratings. And we're going on, what, like a year and some change since he left? It's nothing but negativity. Oh, they doing worse than this. Oh, they down 50%. They down... I don't know how much longer this show gonna be on the air. You just check the stats. You can even go on to the Skip Bayless show, the podcast. Compare that to Club Shay Shay, it's not even close. Nightcap compared to, it's not even close. First Take compared to Undisputed, it's not even close. It don't even feel right watching Undisputed. Just because Skip is just so negative. Now his negativity isn't really cloaked. It really doesn't have any veil over top of it. You could just see it as negativity, and it's like, man, I don't want to be a part of that dude. He really did come up just hating on LeBron. He really was just a hater. Look how he treated Shannon, and it's crazy you treated Shannon like that because you went so hard for Tom Brady, you don't even know, bro. And he wasn't even lying about Tom Brady, saying that he was jealous of Tom Brady, something that Shannon doesn't harp on enough because he being humble. He retired as the GOAT. He retired as the GOAT tight end. A lot of people seem to forget that. If I'm not mistaken, Shannon Sharpe retired not only with 3 Super Bowls, that's the part everybody remember. No, you got to remember he retired as the all-time leading tight end with receiving yards, with catches, and touchdowns. That's the big 3, my dog. He retired as the GOAT tight end. They don't really harp on it that much, but if you retire with those 3, and you like in your time, if you retire with those 3, yes, they were passing the ball around the time that he retired. If you retire with those 3, you was the GOAT. let's get back into this video. I just had to touch on that, you know, because he keep it humble a little bit, but he actually retired as the GOAT tight end. Gronk came behind him. Antonio Gates came behind him. Travis Kelce came behind him. You get what I'm saying? But he retired as the GOAT. I'm just saying.
When you took them specs off,
Man.
I said, somebody better get them. A couple of y'all better get them, because what I'm looking at now, what I was looking at then, still looking at, I'm like, whoa, who gonna stop them?
Yeah, I was visibly upset because if somebody would have told me that he would have done that to me, I wouldn't have believed it. But
That
I
was his true
appreciate it.
colors.
I think one day we'll sit down
That
and
was
have
what was
a
in his heart.
conversation. That hasn't happened yet. But he and I sit down and have a conversation because we did have 7 great years.
Yes.
And what I will not allow is that the 7 great years we had to be ruined by one moment.
Right.
And that happens a lot, even in relationships. You know, I've been in a relationship for 10 years and all people harp about is the last 1 year or the last 6 months in which it wasn't good.
Right.
It's, you know, hey, if you're in a relationship, hey, 80% of the time, 90% of the time, things go well. But somehow we seem to focus on the 10 to 20% when things don't go well, and we live in that area. And I won't do that.
That's facts. No, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Shout out Shannon Sharpe for being a bigger person. Shout out Cam Newton for transitioning in a dope way into being a podcaster / YouTuber. You love to see it. You love to see some of our great athletes transition and not end up on the wayside like a lot of our greats have. All right. So it's your boy, What's Up G. Don't forget to drop a like. How was y'all feeling that explanation? You know, Unc took the high road and looked like God blessed him. All right. How y'all feel about that? Don't forget to subscribe. Also, we on the road to 10K. We'll be there soon enough. You know what I'm saying? Y'all family at this point. If you locked in with me right now, we all family. We gonna just keep staying consistent. Y'all drop the likes. I'm gonna drop the videos. Y'all already know how this go. Yeah, Unc was definitely taking the higher road.